Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Brazil Imperial. Before I get started, thanks so much for Joel, one of my patrons, who actually made me aware that I set up my map slightly incorrectly. I think originally I had it like this, but this is wrong. It should be like this. From a gaming perspective, nothing really did change because I believe, yeah, I think I was here. I think I should be okay. I guess maybe we have to take something like this. Yeah, I think I beamed myself into there. So, yeah, nothing I can take back right now. Let me see. Well, let me see. How many movements did I have? I started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's actually the same thing, I believe. I believe from a movement perspective, I should be okay. So thanks, Joel, for making me aware for whatever reason. I didn't pay close attention. Luckily, it didn't really affect the gameplay too much. And the other thing is a comment by Banking on Money, who made me aware that there is actually an additional solo map already out there, of course, published on The Geek. I simply should have checked. And on top of this, we also see another 2-player map, which seems a little bit less combat-y, which I think in a 2-player game may not be the worst thing in the world. You can prepare for that. So this is more of a scenario where pretty much both of the parties are doing their stuff on their side of the table, because really getting from here to there might take you some time. But yeah, that's basically it what I had to correct or pretty much comment on. So again, thanks so much for all your comments and letting me know. Let's try to do things right from here. And I think with that being said, we should be good to continue our playthrough, maybe even finish it in this video here. Let's have a quick look at our, I think, Regency gold card here. We still need, 2 more troops out there. Haha, we need 1 more or 2 more paintings. We don't have any paintings so far, and we need to build a city. In order to build a city, we have to bring out our monarch here. And the monarch costs us 2 gold resources, which we have 1 of those, so that's also not the end of the world. So we might be able to get there sooner or later, but I really have to speed things up significantly, I feel. So maybe it would be a good time to have a look at the 2 available cities out there. They all come with 5 victory points, but they all require different resources to build them. So we have Recife, which needs 3 sugarcane and 1 gold, and we have Salvador, which needs 3 cotton and a cane. Yeah, we don't have any buildings out there which would give us any sorts of those cotton. So I think if we have to build something in order to win it. If we are going to do that, it will be most likely Recife. But again, before we get there, we need our monarch out anyway. And again, the problem is we only have 1 gold. You could ask yourself, hey, you could renovate and pretty much recharge that building, but that's not possible. You're only allowed to do so when this building is completely empty. So I cannot simply renovate it and add another gold and another piece of wood to that. That's not allowed. And that's what I like about this game. It's all about this timing, which this game does pretty well. So I guess we have our new marker out there. We're already in era, no, we are in era 2. What am I talking about? We are in era 2. And I think we are going to get our first painting now. We can do this, and we can do that in any order, but again, this allows us to peek under one of those exploration tiles, and let's go for the one that's farthest. No, I think because we can move something down here anyway, I think let's go for this one to see if it's any worth moving someone up there. And that's manioc. Oh, manioc is cool because if we're moving on it, we simply get 1 basic resource, and then this tile is out of the game for good. But that's definitely worth it to send our troop up there. But let's still take our action. The idea was to get a painting, and in theory we can get any one of those if we can afford it, that is. And that's another palace. This could be cool. This could be cool. Yeah, that's also nice. If we place our action markers there, we can get gold cards, but I think this is extremely powerful, which allows us to use our gold cards for science. Yeah, let's do that. So we are taking one of our coffees from our coffee plantation in order to pay for that card. So let's grab this card. We are revealing a new card right away. And that's Maria Leopoldine. She's not bad, but she allows you to pretty much build your buildings on any terrain. But I think in this scenario, maybe not the most powerful card out there. After we have done our actions, we still get our movement. And yeah, this gives us an extra movement onto a forest space, which we don't need right now. In theory, we could use it to bring our meeple here, and then with our normal free movement, we can move them over here. But I think the idea was, because no one else will go there most likely, let's grab the manioc. So let's take this, yep. And it gives us a free resource, and yeah, I guess this could be sugarcane because of receive. On the other hand, I have my sugar plantation still out there. I think it's a farm, or what is it called? Cane field. And I have still one, so I guess let's go for something else maybe. But do we need something else? Does it really matter? Maybe if we look for those products here, which could, I think, yeah, getting these products out, this could be valuable too. So maybe let's get a cotton or this gold here, but I think gold we need for something else. Oh, so many decisions. I really want this. I think we need battle cards, so I guess we need one of those 5-cornered shapes here. So yeah, let's go for one cotton. Why not? Why not? And again, in theory, we still have our movement from the action we have taken. You can take those movements in any order you like. But do I want to move back? I don't think so. If this would have been a wooden space, forest space, that would have been amazing, obviously. But it's not. So I guess we are calling it an action, which means we are adding our 7th disc here already. We still have more than half to go, so that's the good news. But I don't really feel like progress. Of course, getting this painting is helpful. Here we need at least one more of those in order to fulfill that card. So that was not in vain. But unfortunately, the pink paintings that are out here are not extremely... I mean, yeah, this maybe, I think we will get potentially this one with our next painting. But yeah, she doesn't really help us. I mean, she gives you 3 points, and that's, again, nothing to sneeze at all. But yeah, I don't know. We don't really need the effect for this playthrough here. Okay, I think up next we want to prepare... Yeah, I think we... going to the harbor. There we would gain 1 gold card for that. And I think, is this our first gold card we get? I think it is, actually. That's a discovery here. Oh, that's good. We can sell one of our basic resources for 1 science, and that's an additional action. And again, on the other side, we can always use those gold cards, yeah, as gold, pretty much as a wild card. Okay, getting the extra action here, that could be extremely powerful. But now that we have Machado de Assis, he allows us to basically transform these cards into science anyway. So yeah, the extra effect here may not be the most important thing, but still, I take it. It's one card, it's 1 gold coin we can use basically, yeah, maybe to get our monarch out relatively soon. Interesting. Of course, let's not forget the main thing here at the harbor, and that's a free resource. We are going with 1 more cotton, which we now could use to, yeah, manufacture a product, the 5-star one. And again, don't ask me what those are. That's cloth. No, they're actual images on top of that. Seems to be some cloth or suede or something like that. Nice. And yeah, we still get a movement. There is no extra movement here, but yeah, still we get the free movement always. And I think there is no reason not to move those guys down here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that was a rather quick action. Let's think about that. I think we need to really... I think we have to get our units out relatively soon now. So I guess in theory, and maybe that's what we should do. In theory, we could manufacture first, this would allow me to manufacture either one of those. I think this one here, we could place it here. And then with our next action, we could go there and we would gain at least 2 combat cards. And again, these combat cards, they can even come with gold. No, I think let's do that first. Let's do that in the right order. We really need to be very efficient here in respect to our action. So we are going to manufacture. I think that's the first time we are actually taking this action. For the bonus here, we could, in theory, reduce the price for these products by 1 basic resource. We don't have it here. Let's not worry about this. We want, I guess, this one. So we are spending our 2 cotton here. We are moving this one over here. So the next time we are going here, we could, in theory, recruit 1 more unit and or gain an extra combat card. And I think that's right now the main idea of things. Yeah. We still get pretty much 2 movement, a gold movement and a standard movement. Question is, do we actually want to engage those guys early on? And there's a reason why I could consider that. The thing is, I have a very strong combat card in my hand. And again, this is a combat rating of 2, that's a combat rating of 2 as well. But we are drawing a card for this one too. So, and with this 2, we, I think, are in a good shape defeating it. Maybe we should do that. And the hand limit for those combat cards is a 3 anyway. And we are going to get more cards relatively soon. So yeah, let's go into our first round of combat. So with our free movement, we are moving into this forest hex here. This will automatically trigger a combat. There are units out there, like the cannon here, for example. They could even engage in a battle from an adjacent space, but yeah, we don't have that quite yet. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, we are engaging these guys in a combat. It's 2 versus 2 right now. So our 2 points here, and these are victory points, and they're equal also the combat points. Relatively streamlined, or greatly streamlined. I actually like this one a lot. And again, they also have a combat rating of 2, but they will definitely draw 1 combat card. And there are, I think, very few combat cards which I believe don't give you any bonus whatsoever, at least bonus for fighting, but the majority of those really come with at least 1 combat point. So there is definitely a risk, but I will take it anyway. And the attacker has to play their combat cards first. We don't have to play them face down, obviously, so I'm definitely playing my cards. So it's now currently 4 versus 2. Let's draw the combat card for the orange player. And the more I think about it, I think the more it was an error. And yeah, bam, that's a problem. That's really a problem. I was exactly thinking about this combat card here, which normally wouldn't be a problem, as it gives you at least 1 combat point. That's okay, we can ignore that. But if you have at least 1 unit on an adjacent space, you get +2 instead. Yeah, so that's basically a tie. A tie always goes to the defender, which means our unit is sent back to the reserve. The good thing is we don't have to pay for it again. We still need to come up with the action in order to spend it though. And that's really, really bad. I didn't really think this one through. I was too eager showing you pretty much the combat here. Maybe already in the back of my mind thinking about I will not be able to win it anyway. But this was, I think, rather stupid. But again, I will not take it back here, obviously. I want to show you everything that this game has to offer in this case. I think, yeah, we could, no, we have additional movement, but yeah, we don't have any more units out there on the map. So we have to bring it out with an action. And I think that's pretty much what we are going to do next. But of course, this was still an action. So we are almost halfway through the game. And again, I don't feel like progress at all. And now I think it's totally time to pretty much deploy some units. We get 1 combat card and 1 more combat card. So let's deal with that first, and that's something very similar. Oh, that's cool. -2 combat strength for an enemy if they are fighting with cannons or grenadiers. Oh, or 1. That's the perfect card for the final battle, actually. That's extremely, we need to hold on to this. And the second card is this one here. If I lose a fight, the enemy, Ooh, that's also cool. Or we can use it as one combat point. These are really two very valuable cards, actually. Maybe not the effect of this one here. So if they lose, they still have to remove all but one unit, even if they won the combat. So this can be extremely strong too. Nice. And then we can deploy up to 2 units. And I guess, now I'm thinking about, should we instead go for this? Or I will go for this one here anyway, which allows me to do the same. And I think I want my commander out, or my monarch here out, Commandante. Let's do that. So we are spending 1 gold. We are spending this gold card as a gold. And then that's basically that. This allows me to deploy my Commandante. Commandante goes out here into my capital. And the more I think about this in this scenario, I think the first unit that you should have brought out is the Commandante. Because I could have moved the Commandante, let's say, up to here and build a city on this tile here, for example, later on. And every unit I then deploy might come from this city. They don't have to come from my capital. Very short-sighted, but I guess live and learn. I still get 1 more deployment, and in theory I can now freely bring out this one. On the other hand, I could simply go for this guy, and I think I will do that. I still have 1 coffee here, but then I will lose out. I don't have enough sugar cane for what I'm planning to do. No, let's not do that. Let's go with a freebie for now, and let's also send the freebie to my capital here. I have 1 movement with my Commandante or with my grunt, but I could move out, and maybe I will do that. Maybe I will actually do that. So I will send this guy. No, I will have to send the Commandante out because I need the Commandante on a free hex. I have to build the city relatively soon. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, but again, this was an action, and did I do that wrong? I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. So we are pretty much halfway through the game. We have 2 units out of the 5 we need. We still don't have, we have 1 painting. We don't have the city up. Still a lot to do. Up next, I think, I do need more stuff, more resources. So I was really thinking about, no, I think we have to renovate first actually, or we could go here. We don't need, renovate gives us the gold actually. No, let's actually renovate again. We are spending this coffee in order to trigger the renovate action, and yeah, I think we are going to renovate this one here, because we also need the gold. We get a free movement, and I think why not, let's simply move this guy over here. Doesn't really matter too much, and in theory we get a movement along the corner of the map, the border of the map, which this was clear. Now we could take the extract because we are now at the corner of the action. This is what this one says here. You can either move into a water hex, or you can move along the border of the map. And I think, yeah, let's totally do that. We haven't checked out this one here. And that's another expedition. They're all out here. But this is also a helpful one because for 5 combat points we could gain 1 extra science. Something to think about. Not sure if we want though. But I still think with my next action I want to move in here and then maybe build a city there or so. Yeah, let's see about that. Okay then, let's bring out the next color. So we are already have taken 11 actions. Oof, you must be kidding me. But what next? I think I need to go to the harbor to get myself a gold card, so I can use the gold card to pretty much leverage Machado de Assis. I think that's what I need to do next. So yeah, let's try that. And again, it's a very puzzly game, much puzzlier than playing this in multiplayer. I have a little bit of a doubt how replayable it is because there are not a lot of random things other than maybe the cards, the paintings that are out there, and maybe the combat cards that our opponent is drawing. But still, it's a very puzzly thing, very puzzly thing. So yeah, let's get the gold card out here. And that's a warehouse, and that's pretty much piece of crap. It's an end of game kind of card. If you have the most trading posts at the end of the game, you get 3 points. In a multiplayer game, that's huge. In solo here, not so much, but still we can use it either for a gold or with the help of Machado de Assis, we can transform this into science. So it's definitely a useful one, and we still get our resource here. I do not really think it matters too much, actually, so I will simply go for something I don't produce. So let's go for 1 cotton, for whatever it's worth. We still get our movement here. And yeah, I guess we are moving our monarch in here. From here we can, in theory, build the city. Normally, in a multiplayer game, you're not allowed to build something, a building or a city directly adjacent to an enemy's realm. Here I'm not sure if this belongs to an enemy's realm, because there is no tile to that. I will play it this way. So in theory, I could move the monarch in here and build the city here. I think I might be allowed because, yeah, there is no building, there is no city whatsoever. So in theory, I should be okay to build it here. Not here, this is still a capital, I would argue. But also not sure if I really need the city here or there. Of course, if I build it here, it's much closer to our enemies. And if I build the cannon from here, we can... a lot of things to consider, actually. But yeah, okay. I really don't know. I really don't know. But that was our... Yeah, we only have 1 movement from the harbor action. But yeah, if I would have timed it better, the first attack, I could have tied this to an harbor action. Then I would have gained a +1 combat strength for this fight. Yeah, that was, again, very, very stupid. Let's add the disc, and now I'm really sure I will not stand a chance against the Dutch invaders here. But of course, I will keep going. Should I build something? And the build would give me an extra movement. And again, that's not a bad thing. Because if I build something, I don't need to renovate. I think let's rather build something. I guess that's still the more valuable thing to do. And I like the movement. So yeah, let's build something, and we are going for another cane field, I guess. The cane field costs us 1 wood. We are taking it from our trading post, and we are simply placing it here. And yes, you can absolutely place them adjacent to these expedition tiles, not a problem. They will immediately produce. And I think, yeah, I forgot something. And I think this might be an important one. I forgot the special ability of Dom Pedro I here. When I built pretty much the monarch for the first time, I should have gained myself a gold card. I totally missed that. I will take it now, of course, because this is extremely also one of those end of game things. They're really great. Here I could pretty much spend 3 combat cards at the end of the game for 3 points. That's huge. And I think this actually in my last 2-player game got me the victory. I think got me over, I think, in lead of 2 points or so with that way. So pretty powerful card here. But again, for us, that's still a piece of gold. I take that. So that was certainly important. Okay, that was our build action. Again, we can still take 2 movements, the free movement and the movement to an adjacent building of ours. So yeah, let's totally do that. So that's our building movement, and that's our, I don't know, free movement here onto this one. Yeah, let's do that. And you also can spend an awful lot of time ensuring that you're moving units to the right space, also taking into the consideration the bonus movements of those spaces here. So if you know for sure your next action will be this, then you are placing your meeple, I don't know, next to a gold mine, so you can take 2 movements, for example. But yeah, I'm not that kind of person. Not today, not in this solo playthrough. I'm still trying to figure out how this solo mode is beat. I'm pretty sure it is. I made some very stupid mistakes, but yeah, I still love every minute about it. Let's add another disc. And this was extremely stupid, Marcus. Now I cannot take the build action. Because, of course, before I go here, I want the city out so that we can build that. So that's why I was originally thinking about, let's go for renovate action instead. Maybe it's still okay. No, it's not the end of the world. We still need another painting anyway. So why not go for another painting first? No, this is basically lost. There are no extra experience. No, I think that's still okay. We are going to acquire ourselves our second painting, which we need for our second gold card here, the Regency. Yeah, let's do that. And as we need a pink one, I think I will go for this one. So we are spending one basic resource, our cotton here. So this card has been acquired. So that's good. That's definitely more than helpful. I like that. Oops, that's the wrong pile. This was a gold card we need to explore. And that's the bank. Banks are great because your gold foundries produce one more gold each. And I think, you know, they only produce one more. It's not that they give more money, more points. It's really something that they produce more gold. And yeah, as you can see, gold is wild and yeah, very valuable resource, obviously. We have two movements, and one is forest and one is our standard free movement. And this could in fact help us. Yes, with the free movement, I don't know, we are moving in here, and with the forest movement, we are moving in here into this space. And from there, I think we are in a good shape because as of now, or as of this round, our monarch is allowed to take other troops with them. Pretty much similar to our dragoon, which we haven't brought out yet, but hopefully we will get there soon enough. Yes, I like that. Cool. Let's add the next disc. Let's move into our next action. And now there's no time to waste. We have to build our city. And again, we are going for receive, and it has to go to the space where our monarch is. So let's bring it out here. We need 3 sugarcane in total. Here are 2. Here are 3 from our player board. We need 1 gold. We could go for a card, but let's evade this trading post, so we might be able to renovate it at some point in time, but this was good enough to build receive. Very beautiful city from what I can see here. Nicely done. This would be 5 victory points at the end of the game. And unlike normal production buildings, like here, for example, you can basically build those cities out everywhere. So they really extend your empire quite significantly, but you also have to protect those. So in a normal game, sending those cities too close to other players could be a risk, but they're also defending themselves with 5 fighting power. So they're also not that easy to take over from you. Yeah, and then we still have movement actions. So we could now really move this guys ahead. Keep in mind the Commandante can now take this fella with us. And in total they have 4 strength points versus those 2. So there is a very good chance. And I think there's nothing with 3 points. So I guess we should be able to defeat this fella relatively soon. Yeah, but we don't have an extra movement. Well, that's our movement for the turn. So with our next movement, we should be most likely be able to defeat those. And we don't have to bring out all those folks up here. We just need to beat those guys here to the east, that is. So let's bring out this 5th token here. So we have 5 more turns to go. And as boring as it sounds, I still think I need 1 more harbor action because I cannot renovate, and getting this upgrade here for the renovate action can also be extremely powerful because you no longer have to pay money to renovate your production buildings or resources. And I think there's nothing where I can get more resources out right now. So yes, I think I have to go to the harbor once more. We get ourselves 1 card though, that's useful. And that says, okay, oh, that's very nice actually. That's a war. You can, if you win a battle as an attacker, we will gain 1 science right now. On the other hand, it's basically 1 gold for us. And again, we can use it for this anyway. So I think, yeah, I'm getting Machado de Assis was extremely helpful in this scenario. Really have to be honest here. And then yeah, we still get a resource, and I guess it really doesn't matter which resource. So let's simply again go for something we don't have. Let's go for the cotton, I believe. On the other hand, let's go for the cotton. Why not? And now we can actually try to engage those folks just to get them out of the way here. It will cost us a card, but the thing is, I still think we should do that anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Again, the Commandante or our monarch can take other troops with him, and we are moving in here. Again, we will play only 1 card because we are now at a 5. Let's zoom out a bit. And again, they are playing a combat card for each military unit on the space. In this case, that's only a 1. Let's see what they bring out. And that's another 2. You must be kidding me. Extremely powerful, but again, doesn't really help them. They have a 4, we have a 5, so this unit is no more. Cool, we will bring it into our trophy room. Those cards are discarded, and now we are at least next to this space here. I like that a lot. In theory, I could now reveal this card, and I think I will because of the cap limit of gold cards, which is also a 3. I will spend them relatively soon, but why not? Let's do it right away. We will spend this card. We have 1, so we are getting 1 science as a reward. Nicely done, but yeah, I think that again was already our action for this turn. And again, I didn't pay attention. I had a 1 already, so I didn't even need to spend this card. On the other hand, I will draw 2 more cards anyway, so I would have to draw down. So nothing really was lost here, but Marcus, you have to pay attention here. Otherwise, you will most certainly not stand a chance. Okie dokie, let's start our final pile of the game here. And yes, we will definitely produce some more, deploy some more units here. And I think the idea is to go for the cannon and the dragoon here. First of all, we gain 2 combat cards. So let's have a look at those. That's a 1. Okay, have to take it. And oh, that's bad. That's so bad. That's a capitulation. If you are defending, I basically can bribe my way out of this. I can pay the attacker 1 gold, and they have to basically, move their troops back. Oh, that's so useless, and cannot even use it for anything. Yeah, okay, that was really bad. But okay, it is what it is. We still get to deploy 2 troops. I get some resources for that. I think that's at least something. And for the dragoon, I would gain another gold card. Yeah, exactly. That was my point. That's why I was spending it, right? So yeah, we are definitely going for the dragoon. So we are spending this science. The dragoon will move to receive, obviously. And then for my next, I have 2 deploys. Keep that in mind. We need 2 more. So yeah, I will spend, and of course I get the gold card because I deployed the dragoon for the first time. And that's, we can produce 1 extra product here as an additional action, which can be extremely powerful, but for us, I guess it's a gold card actually. And now we are spending 2 gold cards. Yes. Does it matter which one? Yeah. No, it does. Let's hold on. Let's spend those 2 which only give us victory points, which we don't need. And again, we can substitute gold cards for science 2. Nicely done. And this means we have also deployed our cannon. The cannon also goes to receive in this case. And our bonus for the cannon is a basic resource, which is pretty perfect. Let's go for something else. Let's go for some coffee. I think it doesn't matter too much actually. No, it doesn't. But now we have completed our second card here. So we have a city, receive, we have 2 paintings, we have 3 units, 4 indeed. So we have also satisfied the requirements of this card, which means we can place another of our buildings. Oh, this is cool actually. This is a victory. This gives us a combat card. And just to browse through the deck as quickly as possible, this gives us points, this gives us points, this gives us and this gives us a gold card. Do we need combat cards or gold cards? I think combat cards might be more powerful because we will be able to deploy anyway. Yeah, let's go for the extra combat card here. This needs to be placed onto a city, which is again receive in this case. And you don't have to build those palaces in any particular order. And our immediate bonus for this palace is a combat card, and that's a 2. Amazing, amazing. And I think now we are good. I think we are really good. Cool. So I will take this card. I have to discard down to 3, so we're getting rid of the capitulation. Bye-bye. And then we still have a movement actually. So a lot going on in this turn. We are basically, the dragoon brings the cannon with them. Nice. Let's add the second disc of the final pile. And in fact, we are able to also remove this one here now. We are in era 3, which means we can place, or we have to place it somewhere in here. So in theory, let's place it here. We could go through 3 different cards here and make it even stronger. And we can go for the same action again. The thing is, do we want to go for the same action, or would the next action be here? Let's keep it here. Let's keep it here for now. That's totally fine. Yeah, let's do that. So I think we should be okay. I think we will now actually... Will we attack someone next, or will we do maybe first go in here? This allows me to move, but then I will basically miss out on the extra +1 here. So I think... With my attack, I really want to do this here, actually. So maybe we want to recruit first. Yeah, I think let's do that. Let's do that. So we are taking our final thing. We're getting 2 more combat cards. Again, we have to discard down. This allows me to pay basic resources for combat points, but I think I will not do that. So we are definitely discarding this one. And yeah, this doesn't really help us either, so we're getting rid of it too. Nice. And we're getting an extra card, actually. We're getting 3 cards in total. That's another 2, yeah. That's a no-brainer. This one gets discarded now. So overall, we have a pretty strong hand of cards of 4 points alone here, and we can reduce the fighting power of our opponents because they are fighting with cannons or grenadiers basically by 2. So that's also a 2 in theory. Nice. I think the Dutch don't stand a real chance now. Amazing. Then we still get to deploy. And yeah, we will totally go for the final guy here. That's 2 basic resources. We will deploy into receive. Again, doesn't really matter too much because of this ability here. I still think... Yeah, these are 5. These are 5 meeples, actually. You can see that. No, we get the extra resource. So again, we are getting our cotton back. Nice. So we have all units out on the board. The final thing that we need to do is to attack the Dutch. But of course, we are still getting our free movement here. So this is now really a strong fighting force. This is 5, 8, 10, 12 plus our combat cards. So yeah, I think it's fair to say we are pretty much destroying those fellas. Let's not forget to add another disc here, and then I guess with the final action of the game, let's see, we are getting another gold card here from the harbor. Yeah, basically it's a gold for us, doesn't really help us in this case. Yeah, we're getting 1 resource, again, doesn't matter. Again, let's go for some more coffee, and then we are going to attack with our free movement. We can do that with our cannon. We get a +1 because we are attacking, and actually I don't think that we really have to do a lot. We can play up to 3 combat cards. So here is 2, here is 2, here is again a 2. So in theory the horse is down to 1, or the cannon is down to 3, however you want to call that. They are still drawing 2 cards from their attack, so let's quickly do that. But honestly, I think that should be okay. So that's, no, they are not paying any resources. Oh, this is also subtracting 2 from us, pretty much the same card as this one. So we basically can get rid of this one. But the same is true, basically they're canceling each other out, I would think. So in this case, yeah, this is, whatever. It's a lot, it's a lot. Let's do that in order, right? So we have 4, right? Yeah, 4, 9, 12, 14, 16 points minus 2 because we are fighting with things. So that's 14 points. They have 8 here, and yeah, they have already triggered this 8. This is nothing, so bam, bam, bam. We have taken over the capital in this case. Not sure if I need to move in here because I cannot annex this piece. So let's see what the rules actually say. Yeah, it says seize the capital. But again, with my next action, I could move in there anyway. And then that's basically it. And again, we don't have to take out the others, right? We only have to deploy it. We have to seize it. And we have to advance to era 3, which we are, which means game over. Nicely done. And yeah, I was not thinking about this when I started this video. And I've taken my first actions here. I was 100% convinced I was not going to make it. I mean, this is basically the penultimate action. So we're adding this now on top of this. So we have one more action to go. And with this additional action, we would have then be allowed to move in. So we just made it, despite the fact I really did some very strange timing decisions here. But ultimately, I really think this solo mode is beatable. So I'm more than curious about the new solo challenge that they have put out. I did not really have a close look at it. Maybe let's do it right now. And yeah, this is different. We have to advance the eras, and we also have to complete the Era 3 mission card. So this really sounds more fun and more difficult. Own all your units on the map, so basically the same thing. We have to have all the units, and we also have to conquer the city of Rio de Janeiro. Here it says conquer, and the other they say seize, but ultimately, again, it doesn't really make a difference. And do I also have 20 actions? No, we have 22 actions in this case. Yeah, and I really think that getting this mission 3 card, that's definitely a tough one. Let's have a look at our investors card here. So we have we done. We have not touched this one in any shape or form. We have not brought out any of our 8-sided cubes here, and we didn't even start to build level 3 buildings. So yeah, getting this in, let's say, 2 or 3 more turns, I don't think so actually. So we really would have changed my game significantly. So yeah, I think this is definitely much tougher. And on top of this, it also could it be fast array? And yeah, we have some more water in here. And again, with water, you can only use very particular actions in there. No, I think we are fighting against the French, right? Is this green? Yeah, I think I'm the purple player in this scenario. Yeah, I'm the purple player. I start over here and basically have to go here and there. Oh, though there are really some extra rules, so I have to check it out. Really curious about this one. And again, let me know if I should revisit Brazil Imperial with the second solo scenario here. And I think Banking on Money also told me that the designers apparently mentioned something, having a proper AI flow for really fighting against an actual AI player, rather than just making it through the goals. I think having these goals works for me, absolutely. In respect to replayability, I'm not so sure for this one scenario here. Yeah, again, there is some randomization in respect to those cards, but that's about it, I would say. Maybe what gold cards you get in which order, but yeah, I think they really would like a little bit more randomization to really challenge myself every time I play this game. So maybe having a proper AI would definitely help the game. But again, not complaining here. Ton of fun to play it. Right now, I would think I would still prefer to play it against actual human opponents. But again, definitely fun to play it solo too. And I really hope you enjoyed it too. Huge shout out to all of my patrons out there. Really do appreciate your support. The same is true for my channel members. Sorry for that. I keep missing you guys out. If you want to support my channel, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. Join me here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Everything helps. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.